Water means a whole lot. Back in the old days when we didn't have faucets or running water, we used to haul water and play in the water. Every time we had a flood, I think the community, when they were, adolescents, they used to use a certain area where they have floods and develop like a swimming pool, and everybody used that to go, swimming there. Back then, we didn't have swimming trunks or anything like that, but it was fun. But as far as water is concerned, I think everybody needs to be concerned because nowadays it's really hard to get water, especially good water. Back in the old days, people just used to go out and drink anywhere where there was a little spring, and they had no um, concern with what do you call it? It's disease or any type of virus. Maybe people are drinking where other animals used to drink. So, but back then it was safe. Nowadays you can hardly do that. As far as the community use, the older people used to have waffle gardens right along the riverbank, and they grew chili, onions. I think those little, what do you call those little green tomatoes? Tomatillas. And some other, not a whole lot of veggies. Just probably those were the main source, chili and onions. As far as I'm concerned, I really didn't do too much farming along the riverbank, but in the back road or the back areas where there was farming areas, we used to farm with getting corn, watermelon, and pumpkin, and took quite a bit of work to do that and just naturally wait on Mother Nature to come and bring some rain. A community swimming pool, anytime that they had a flood coming through the Zuni River, one certain area where it had water about 12 feet deep, and it was the size of a community swimming pool. And kids used to go there and swim a lot. That was the funny part. But other than that, we had no running water back in those days. But in the 50s, things started developing to where there was running water, but it was kind of scarce. We had hydrants like pump services to get water. But it was you had to carry your water, boil it, take a bath like that. We had a good water system back in the old days where they had ditch lines and ran all the way down to the village areas and around the village, and the water was, running all the time from Black Rock Lake. Nowadays, after it was fixed, it was just barely dry, bone dry. But now it's got some water in it, but it's probably about only 3 feet deep, or maybe at the gates there, it's probably a little bit more. But the water system, that's a good idea, and it's really needed if we can all as a community work together and, do things together to get it developed again. It really impacted a lot, but sometimes it causes a hardship. Depending on your age. If you're still young, you're able to do things that normally, as you get older, you're not going to do. So that's an impact, number one impact on a person that has gotten old. Is it's hard to do the kind of work that you used to do, and so nowadays I still do a little bit of farming, but again, to the due to the weather, it's caused some hardship. But if you're alone to do all that work, and your family continues to work in the majority of the different jobs that they have, it gets a little bit harder. Water is important because everybody uses it. When it comes to religious activities, it comes to farming, the community itself used for drinking, taking showers, uh, for washing your clothes. There's a lot of things that water has been used for. Because in the past we didn't have all those uh, things to do. We didn't have enough water, and we had maybe like seven wells, but it wasn't producing enough with the expansion of the community. Now that we've got several wells, major development was done, and there's a lot of water coming out. But then again, still a concern with certain minerals that are coming out of it. And if you look at we look at our hot water heaters, we're having a majority of the community are having problems with the caking of their tanks. It's causing calcium buildup, and they have to get a new one probably every 2 years. But it's good that we have a lot of water coming out, but then it's it's not something that we need to take lightly and just misuse it.